loves, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be breaking down the solar eclipse that is happening tomorrow, April 20th, in Aries. Okay, we have a whole entire new moon and a whole entire solar eclipse. It is eclipse season. The energy of the solar eclipse is going to be felt for 2 weeks versus the 2.5 days that you're used to feeling other moons. So keep that in mind when it comes to the energies, because they're different. Okay, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of messages. I did pull some oracle cards in the tarot, so we're gonna jump into that. Before we get started though, tomorrow is also the last day to use the code SOLARECLIPSE33 to get 33% off all of my services. So it's the last day of the sale, and tomorrow is the last day that tomorrow we're doing the Akashic Records class as well, and you can use it on the classes. You can also use it on the 13 octave Lahuchi training if that's something that you wanted to do. Basically any of my services and readings and stuff. So my website will be linked down below. Also, don't forget to sign up for the workshop for next month. This is the lunar eclipse in Scorpio release ceremony, which is going to be really powerful. We have a workbook coming out. We're going to be doing chanting, meditation. We're going to be doing some tarot. It's going to be a really important ceremony for a release, which we've been building to. If you guys saw the weekly healing circle, you would know. So yeah, with that said, we're going to jump into the energies of the solar eclipse. Okay, so we always start with the planetary energies, so we're going to go over the planetary energies first. Sun and moon will be in Aries, Mercury will be in Taurus, Venus in Gemini, Mars in Cancer, Jupiter in Aries, Saturn in Pisces, Uranus in Taurus, Neptune in Pisces, and Pluto in Aquarius. Okay, so lots of different energies. We do have a Aries stellium currently. Obviously it's about to be Taurus season, so we're like cutting it real close to the edge within the degrees. But yeah, we're really close to Taurus season, but right before we have this powerful solar eclipse, and it's gonna be a lot. So we're starting with a really important conjunction. So we have the sun in conjunction to the moon, and we also have the sun in conjunction to Jupiter and the moon in conjunction to Jupiter. So sun in conjunction to the moon. So this is going to make it so there is an alignment. There is like an agreement between how to proceed, how to use the energies, the decisions that are being made. And there are very important and potent decisions being made during this time. So your ego is definitely in alignment with how you feel, your intuition, and what it's telling you should be doing during this time. The sun in conjunction to Jupiter is amazing for success work and manifestation work. If there's something that you're trying to manifest, if there's something that you're trying to work towards, is there something that you're trying to build towards, there is that sun in conjunction to Jupiter that is ultimately helping you bring it to life. It opens up the door to abundance. You guys know how I've been saying that we've been going through a collective road opening? Well, yeah, this is the by Aries season road opening, like doors like straight up yanking open for you. And I'm telling you, y'all need to work with this energy. It's very powerful. You can definitely open the path and the roadway for different manifestations, especially within the physical realm, because we're heading into Taurus season. It is an earth sign. It is a physical realm sign. So setting yourself up for success for the things that you're trying to ground yourself in throughout the year. Okay. Very, very powerful time. Really important time to do some, fire manifestations. This is a great time for candle magic. This is a great time to do some fire purification rituals. This is a great time to really work with your energy levels as well. Make sure that your energy levels are good during the day and for the next 2 weeks, for the next, honestly, 4 weeks while eclipse season is doing this thing. Make sure your energy levels are well. Make sure you're well rested. You might find it a little, tricky being well rested during Aries moon, because Aries tends to like be the sign that doesn't sleep as much as some of the other signs do, because why? It comes right after Pisces. And Pisces is the one that rules over rest, right? Sleep, reflection. So there is a little bit of a more active energy. Make sure you're finding a way to transmute it. Aries is also ruled by the planet of Mars, which is the planet of passion. So this is a great time to do some sensuality, some sacral things, okay? I don't want to get like banned from YouTube or demonetized for saying sensual things, but you guys know what I mean. Great time for some sacral manifestation practices. It's really great time for that. I cannot stress it enough. Also, try eating you know, anything with the color orange, red, berries throughout the day. Do like something that brings you like that burst of energy, that burst of vitality. Start your day with like a little bit of a kick. I would definitely do a ginger shot at the beginning of the day. Ginger shots in the morning for success are like one of my favorite things to do. One of my favorite like tips, like witchy tips that I can give y'all. Taking a ginger shot, because ginger is amazing for success work. So if you take it in the day and you're like, I'm manifesting a very successful day, all of my plans, all my ideas, all my intentions, let them let them just flow through me. Let my energy be used correctly towards my own success. Like, please, come on now. So make sure that you're doing some sort of working with, you could even work with spices on your food, like even adding a little bit of hot sauce in your food, just to activate a little bit of that energy if you're feeling like a little sluggish. But make sure that you are directing the energy, transmuting the energy, and releasing the energy, because everybody's going to be feeling a little bit heightened. Next, we have the sun in a square with Pluto. Okay, so there is some powerful transformations that's literally coming out of our ego. There are some things that are being released. I'm just going to say it. There are some people that are going to be ending relationships. There are some people that are going to, especially if they have, the relationship has met, like it has come to its course, like it can't go past that point. If you can't envision yourself with that person anymore, if there's just something that's not, it cannot proceed. So there are some relationships that will be ended. There are certain things that will be released. There will be, it will feel like you need to spring clean and like just throw away stuff, release stuff. Like you have to give it away. You just can't, it's just taking up dust, it's taking up space in your house, it's taking up room. There's a little bit of that, like I have to release it, I have to release it, I have to release it. There is an essence of being a little bit stubborn to some of the things that need to be released, but there's also a power behind it. It's almost like it's time. Like, you know, you have to rip that band-aid off. Be a little bit gentle with yourself, because there's a lot of very deep changes and very transformative. Like, we know that, you know, that thing might hurt right now, but it's what we need to do to like get to the right place. So be very gentle with yourself. The next one, the moon is also going to be in a square with Pluto. So emotionally, we're going to be feeling that. It's going to, if feeling wise, it's going to feel a little bit intense to watch something be released, but it's almost like purging something. It's almost like it needs to kind of like be released from your chest. It needs to go into that process. So be gentle with yourself, be gentle with your heart, be gentle with your spirit, you know, take a moment. And again, anything that you're releasing, also do it by fire. Like whatever you're releasing in the physical realm, also, you know, whether you want to do a cord cutting or whatever it is, release it by fire. Release it by fire. It will be very, to just put that little period at the end, release it by fire. Mercury will also be in conjunction to Uranus. So a lot of conversations that are happening are going to be very it could be out of the blue. It can be unexpectedly. It could be like somebody just texts you like, yo, we can't do this no more. Like it will literally be, it will catch you off guard, some of the things that will happen. So expect some unexpected stuff tomorrow, and for, you know, the next 2 weeks, expect some very unexpected stuff. You might get caught off guard, but some of the changes that are needed, even if like, let's say you're on the other side and you're like, oh damn, understand that that person is going through that shift too. So it's not just you. I always tell you guys, the world does not revolve around you. Okay, so other people have their own stuff that they're going through too, and that means that they're going to be releasing too. So you have to go with the flow. Go with the flow. Venus will also be in a square with Saturn. So when I tell you certain things are getting separated, like some relationships are getting separated. Am I surprised? No, because Aries again rules the personal journey, not the joint journey. Okay. So not couples, but that's Libra, right? Aries is opposite to Libra. It rules the personal journey. So there is this like separation, especially if you are going into two separate directions. So Be very gentle with yourself. For those who are needing a little bit more grounding, or feel like they're kind of like, there's an aspect of the way they even been spending their money, or they feel like they need to do certain things a little bit differently because it has been it just needs to be done differently now. Like it's an important time to shift the way things have been done. This is kind of the time to do that work. This is the time to, you know, allow yourself to release. This is also a time where if you wanted to manifest for a marriage or any type of relationship commitment, you can kind of trigger that grounding to come through with the square. It's almost like if you're so displeased with where you're at with your partnership, but you're not separating, but you wanted to go deeper, it's a great time to focus on manifesting that. Anyway, with that being said, let's talk about the cards, okay? The cards. And this is what I mean by there's a lot of relationship stuff going on. We are starting off with the Six of Pentacles. Then we have the Ten of Cups in reverse. I'm telling you, some people are like, thank you, next. We got to go. We got to go somewhere. It can't continue this way. And then we have the Four of Wands, especially for those who have been wanting a deeper commitment. And it's just like there's a refusal of taking that step, or, you know, there's like an intention for wanting that. If you feel like you've only been getting the bare minimum out of a relationship and you feel like it needs to go deeper, and like you don't see why we can't, you know, flip this over, this is a time to set intention for that. Okay, this is a time to set intention for that. But for some people, there is a release happening, and it's because Aries again rules that singular journey. So some of you are accepting the fact that it's like, if the relationship is not right, you got to work on you. You got your own journey, and you're not even necessarily about to, it's not about feeling lonely. It's not about like lacking. It's just about focusing on you right now. So there is a realignment to your own journey that is happening, which is powerful within itself. But there is, for some, it's going to be more of setting intention for that deeper commitment that needs to happen as well. Then we have confusion and misunderstood, and contentment and satisfaction, because it's either going to go two different ways. There's some people that are going to be very confused by some of the things that are said and some of the things that get released, and some of the relationships that end. And there's going to be others that are going to feel like a weight has been lifted from their shoulders with the release that's happening. It's like, oh my God, I needed this to happen, kind of vibe. So yeah. It's happening. I'm sorry. It's happening. Then we have message, we have meditate, and we have trust. Okay. For those who are needing guidance, for those who need, you know, some assistance, highly recommend meditating, that deep diving with the ancestors. Asking for guidance is super important to make sure that you are, you know, putting in the best foot forward for yourself, and that you're also like trusting the process. If something is being released, and let's say you're on the under end of it, and you know something's coming to a closure, and you're like not understanding why it even got to this point, go into prayer, go in with your ancestors and trust the process. It might not feel great now, but you might have been dodging a bullet. You never know. You really, really never know. Then we have weed. Don't tolerate less than you deserve. Period. And we have adapt. You will get yourself where you want to be, because at the end of the day, like, your intentions are bigger than a restriction, than a person, than like it's bigger than that. So don't be afraid to go after what you want. If something just feels like it needs to be released, don't fight it. Don't fight it. And if you want to take the next step and you want to manifest that next step, focus on that. Other than that, great time for money workings, anything that's going to keep you in alignment with yourself and grounded with yourself. Like, we're trying to focus on King of Wands energy. We're trying to like be in control of our lives. That's the way that this energy is coming up. So we don't got the time for this. We don't. This is why it's in reverse. Like, we're not trying to have this. We're not doing this today. We're trying to stay in alignment. We're trying to be in alignment. But even if you look at the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, and the World. Some lessons are being taught the hard way. Some things are gonna catch people off guard. Try to be as kind as possible, but there's definitely a realignment and within the personal journey that's happening. Anyway, y'all, that was the messages for this specific eclipse. I will be doing the lunar eclipse breakdown soon, so stay tuned for that. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to check out the Patreon down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. I will see you on the next video. Have a very blessed day.